So is Facebook stock a good stock to invest into right now? A question that a lot of people are asking. Facebook, also known as Meta Platforms, is getting ready to announce their earnings tomorrow, and this is after market close. So just so you guys are aware, we're going to cover a couple different basis points. I really hope that this is something that is of value to you, and if it is, friendly reminder, I upload new videos every single day about the stock market. So if you're an absolute beginner, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and of course, destroy that like button if you feel like we earned it. So what's going on, right? Why is Facebook reporting earnings such a big thing? Well, first off, one of the things that you should already be aware of is that Microsoft and Google reported earnings. Google absolutely bombed their earnings. You guys could see that it dropped over at one point. It was down over 6%. It was already down 3% during normal trading hours. You can see that it hit lows of $2,200 a share and recovered to $2,300. Microsoft didn't start off that hot. They dropped to lows of about $259, and then they all of a sudden began to uptick. So now what's going on with Facebook, and why is the expectation so low? Here are some things that I think that you should know. Facebook right now at current trading prices or price levels is trading at $176 a share. It was previously trading at $384. That means that Facebook is down over 50%. That's bad for current investors, but possibly good for new investors. It's all about perspective. If you're someone that's not trying to make now, I'm sorry, that was a complete brain fart. If you're someone that's not trying to make money right now, but is willing to invest the time that it's going to take for Facebook to recover, the upside potential is pretty attractive. And it's not that Facebook is going to recover right away, because we can't expect that, right? They just transitioned into this metaverse. With that being said, they offer over 100% ROI, 111% if they return back to previous highs. Again, that's a goal, but as of right now, Facebook is not indicating any signs of an uptrend. And here are some things that I think that you should know. Facebook on their last quarterly earnings missed their earnings per share. This caused their stock to drop from $3.30 all the way down to $2.30 a share. This led to the largest loss in market cap valuation in stock market history. Over $220 billion were lost in just a couple of minutes because of how significant that drop was. It brought down the entire market. And that's what you should know. How one big tech stock, if it misses earnings and it drops, it's not just that tech stock that suffers, but if its market cap is large enough, it could influence overall indexes that then influence other stocks. This is something that we talk about all the time within our Learn Plan Profit group. With that being said, on Q4, they beat revenue. Their expected revenue was $33.4 billion. They reported $33.67 billion, but it's what they said, their guidance, and why they missed their earnings per share. They're investing into the metaverse. This is something that's not going to pay off anytime soon. So can we expect another missed earnings per share? 100%. It was said in their last earnings report, where they don't expect this to just happen overnight. They're investing into the future. So you either ride with them, or there's nothing wrong with it, right? You just end up pulling out and wish Facebook nothing but the best, right? One of the other things that you should be aware of is that Facebook's expected earnings is $251. This is the lowest earnings in exactly 1 year. The last time that it had an earnings EPS expectation this low was back in Q1 of 2021. Every other earning per share expectation was in the threes. So with that being said, at least the expectation is low. One of the last things that I want to share with you is that during Q1 of 2022, Russia banned Instagram and Facebook. So then asking the question, not only is the metaverse a concern for what they're about to report for their EPS, but as well as now their revenue. By Russia banning Facebook and Instagram, did this have a negative influence on the potential revenue that they missed out on by not being able to, have their network in those specific areas. A question to kind of ask yourself. In my opinion, I'm very excited to follow up with Facebook when it reports earnings after market hours tomorrow. I just wanted you to be aware of where it's at, where it was before, why it's dropped, and what's expected based off of current market conditions. I think that we can all agree that this pivot that Facebook took was very aggressive. But again, you're either with them and you're investing into the future, or you don't agree with them and you either see them completely drop or absolutely destroy their potential recovery. So overall, I'm very excited to follow up. I love the ROI potential that Facebook has to offer. Yes, I do not expect it to happen anytime soon, but that's the great thing about being patient, right? You can set alerts, you can allow the stock to bleed and allow it to sell off. That just means that I'm only going to get a better price for when it does begin to indicate signs of a recovery. Then I can choose when to enter Facebook, right? There's nothing wrong that if you are invested in Facebook, and even if it does drop a little bit, right, and you're already invested around the $180 to $200 price point, if you're invested in Facebook for the long term, then in my opinion, I think that you're fine, right? Yes, I don't expect it to recover anytime soon. I know I sound like a broken record, but again, this is something that's going to take time. So the simple question that you should begin to ask yourself is, can you tolerate the time that it will take for this stock to recover? And only you can answer that question. So I'm very excited to follow up. I hope to see you guys in tomorrow's live trading session. We will be talking about the other stocks that are set to report earnings right before the market opens, such as Boeing, something to take into consideration. And if I'm not mistaken, it's also Ford that reports earnings after market close. And then we have PayPal that reports earnings after market close. So some pretty big tech stocks, and of course, another automobile company. So excited to follow up with that. I hope to see you guys in tomorrow's live trading session. If you guys want to join us, that's going to be that second link down below. I trade live every single morning with our Learn Plan Profit group. And if you want to be able to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, then click that second link and I will see you tomorrow at market open. Like always, continue working hard, continue following dreams, let your passion be what drives your success. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.